Ich gehöre längst nicht mehr zur Welt der Sterblichen. Ich fürchte hier nichts und niemanden. Willst du wissen, wer ich bin? Ich bin Vegeta!
Hello guys, Mr. Chocolate King back once again. And yes, you saw the title of the video. Somebody be like, what? Huh? Woo? Nani? Yes. Will the Sawamura equation return? And some might say, what do you mean by this? Well, what piece of evidence do you dare have to bring such witchcraft of words against me? Well, for one, I don't think words can be witchcraft unless I'm casting a spell. And two, alright then, busted. But my whole thing is, and I thought about it with the whole Dempsey and what I'm thinking about Sawamura is just, technically the Sawamura equation is still just as relevant as Vorg did it, or as Sawamura did against Ippo himself. And the reason I would say this, the reason I would bring this up is, the way the Dempsey has been getting defeated, and the problems with the all-new Dempsey. And those two problems are quite significant. And the reason is, even with Ippo's, let's start off at the beginning, the Dempsey itself. The default Dempsey has become obsolete. Because of one simple reason, and that's because of one simple character, the Alfredo, the Mexican death god, Gonzalez, ended the Dempsey's career. That version of the Dempsey can no longer be used. Because for simple, if some fool juiced up on ecstasy like he's Brian Hawk in his death god form can easily just out-punch and just easily just run into the punches of a Dempsey, I don't think the all-new Dempsey would be that much different. Now sure, it is. Instead of starting with a left or right hook, instead of using the, we'll get into that later. Instead of starting with a right or left hook, it just really, it really just is just an uppercut, left hook, uppercut, right hook, and it goes back and forth, and you just see the screen, it starts to blur out, Ippo starts to lose his mind, and that's the all-new Dempsey right there. And sure, the wiki call it the diagonal Dempsey, but to me, it's the all-new Dempsey. The problem with that is, it's the same problem of when Ippo had when he fought Antonio Guevara, and the same problem he had when he was sparring. Ippo can't land the Dempsey for nothing. I don't know what it is, or what his problem is, but twice, back-to-back times, and the second time in the middle of a match, Ippo has failed to follow up the all-new Dempsey. It's just one of those things which is a major problem for his character, or for the new Dempsey itself. Because Ippo can't even land the darn thing half the time. How is he going to fight somebody in the middle of the match with it? Because against Antonio, he had the excellent build-up. He was weaving, he was using his head movement, but then, the last minute, as soon as he's about to go on for the initial uppercut, like I said how the new Dempsey starts, what happens? Blam! Right across his face, Ippo goes down. So you expect at that point, even though Ippo wasn't used to the walking around without his weight, he has some type of grasp on how far away he needs to be for the Dempsey, or some type of consensus of range. But that was all thrown out the window. That was non-existent by the time he went for that uppercut for, I guess, Garveras. Maybe the fact that his mindset was laced up and he was starting to talk to himself internally, doing that monologue about how he never would continue on no more. I don't know what exactly it was. That is twice the Dempsey has been insignificant, or just been outright been proven to be obsolete. But another reason I'm bringing the return to the Sawamura equation is the way the new Dempsey was taken out. If it was by any other punch, a right hook, anything else, but technically it was just a southpaw version of a right hook. No, not right hook. It's a southpaw version of a straight right that took out the all new Dempsey, just like Sawamura's main strategy of destroying the Dempsey was the I think he was with his right hand. No, he was using his right hand, not his left, But it was a counter with his right hand that sent Ippo brain splattering all over across the mat. And he's like, the way he stopped and moved over to the corner, he was just like, he was excellent. It was amazing. But the problem is there a true way to get out of the Sawamura equation? Yes, but it always lies down to how Ippo want to set up the Dempsey. Because technically there's no true way to stop it. Because even with the Dempsey combination, there is a gap in time. Liver blow, gazelle punch, and Ippo still needs to wind up the new Dempsey. The old Dempsey. The new one, it kind of seems like the new Dempsey can just easily be implemented into his default style. but Ippo haven't mastered that either. So it's just the Sawamura equation never went away. It started off with Senbukuru just doing a dual exchange and beating Ippo at one time before getting his face pounded in with the ultimate punch, which they cut out of the anime. They cut a lot of things out of the anime. But that's the only problem. It was just that fight itself. The fact that they cut out all that build up for Senbukuru and all the backstory is just like, why? Why? Like you could have had like a 30 episode season. We couldn't get that. Alright then, whatever you say. Whatever you say. If we weren't able to get it, we wasn't able to get it, but it's just, is there a way to defeat the Sawamura equation? I believe the only one who could potentially defeat the Sawamura equation is technically the one who basically done came up with it, Sawamura himself. But even then, it's just like, maybe he can, maybe he can't. Because there's no real way to stop it. Because anybody can easily come up with some new tactic and solve the problem that way. So it's just like, there's no true way to stop the Sawamura equation. But there can be ways you can deal with it, but the Sawamura equation itself is just, as long as Ippo focused on the Dempsey roll, it will always be a problem. Because it's not the Sawamura equation, it'll be somebody else's equation. And it will always be there in my eyes, so it's just, no matter which way you look at it, no matter which way you shape it up, the Dempsey roll will always have a new challenge. That's pretty much how it is. The thing is, how can Ippo definitively set up the Dempsey roll without getting hit? Because he's able to do that. If he's able to achieve that without too much problems, then the Sawamura equation won't be obsolete, but you have to find some new way to lead into the Sawamura equation. So I just know where to stop it. There's always the initial build-up. The initial first hit of the Dempsey roll, which is very significant. But then again, even if you do get the first hit, like Ward proved, like even if you're just purely blocking it, you can just wait for a particular moment in time and still time it. So as long as someone has space for footwork, as long as someone's legs are still active, actually no, I take that out, because Antonio was able to do it. And sure, Ippo came up short, and that's how you got hit. Yes, that is a fact of what happened, but basically the Sawamura equation still happened. Because even if the hit didn't land, are we going to actually act like there would have been no way for Ippo to honestly and truthfully just dodge? And the reason why, the whole point of Dempsey was to hit while not getting hit. That was the whole point of it. So if you can't hit somebody, doesn't mean you have to immediately get hit afterwards. If you just weave to the side. And Ippo have yet to evolve the Dempsey roll that way either. Because even if Ippo misses a punch, he can still get hit. It's not like the Sawamura equation happens instantly. Well, with Sawamura, maybe. I mean, if ever because Sawamura was a counter machine anyway, he was able to counter somebody before they start punching. But for anybody else, especially with that Antonio, if Ippo was able to properly dodge after the Dempsey roll, it will also help destroy any type of way of the Sawamura equation. Because not like the Dempsey roll is perfect. Because if it was just destructive to be able to say it is, Sender wouldn't have to take two of them. So someone with some extreme endurance can take a Dempsey roll, tackle him, and break him out of it. Or tackle him and bend downwards and just stop them from doing a Dempsey roll altogether, like a Freddy Gonzalez did. So the Sawamura equation is just as relevant as ever. Just as relevant as ever. Just as relevant as ever. So I want you to know what you guys think about that, about the Sawamura equation. How you think Ippo will deal with it in the future when he does return? Because it wasn't a question of if, it's a question of when. And I've already given up my theories of what I think will happen, or how things will turn out, or how Ippo can potentially return to the ring with the inspiration of Mayada, or how Ward can give him some advice and this and that. I've already made videos about that. But it's just the fact that the Sawamura equation never went away. It never left us. And sure, you might forget about it now, but if it wasn't for the Sawamura equation, if it wasn't for someone actually trying to time the Dempsey roll, because technically Ippo could have missed that punch and went straight into a left hook or right hook. But then again, Antonio was already the Filipino champion by that time, and it was just yeah, he wasn't gonna let that happen. And sure, I do crap on Antonio, but let's be honest here, right? Let's be honest here. Alright? Just because Antonio should have lost to Ippo doesn't mean Antonio is cannon fodder. He's mid-level challenge. It's not like I hate Antonio, but I'm not gonna act like he's the strongest thing in the world, so. I don't know your guys' thoughts about the Sawamura equation. Do you believe it's still relevant? Do you believe that it's something they should just throw away and forget about? Or do you believe there's a way Ippo can evolve to destroy a direct Sawamura equation of someone just backing up and just, I'm gonna counter you. And just because you see a right hook doesn't always mean you can block it. And sure, the strongest punch are the ones you can't see, but hey, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So I don't know what you guys think. What's your opinions about the whole Sawamura equation? Do you believe that Ippo can evolve and get out of it, or do you think it's just gonna be something that Ippo always has to deal with as long as that he's a boxer and has a Dempsey, or plan on using a Dempsey anytime in the future? So being born with Shockwave King, let me know what you think. Do you think the Sawamura equation is relevant? I'm about to say the exact same thing over and over again. But yeah, it's been born with Shockwave King. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think out there. I basically have to come up with some type of name for you guys. The channel goes anyway. But yeah, me Shockwave King. Peace.